I'm Tanisha.
Nigwa, I'm Thomas.
We are making a movie.
The video we are making is to explain to parents what their rights are during a child protection investigation.
Hi there, is your mom home?
Mom!
What do you want?
Hi there, my name is Dean Austin. I'm from the Ministry for Children and Family Development. I'm sure you know Maggie, who's here today as a bad rep because I'm doing a child protection investigation. I received a report that you've been drinking since the weekend and your kids were being left alone. So I need to come inside, take a look around, and talk to you about the report.
Do I have to let a social worker into my house?
Yes, a social worker has every right to come into your home if they believe that a child's at risk right now, and you also have rights yourself.
You have the right to know why you're being investigated. You have the right to know what steps the social worker will take while investigating, and the right to know what the social worker thinks you need to do to keep your children safe.
You have the rights to make a complaint. You have the support service from the Gwa'sala Nakwaxda'xw band, and also from the Health and Family Service to be involved. And you have the rights to have, and you ask any further questions.
So, as I said, I received a report that you've been drinking since the weekend. Now, I can tell by talking to you right now and by looking around that you're not drinking right now, and there's no signs of anybody drinking in the house. But I do need to talk to you about the rest of the report, which was about you being out over the weekend, leaving the children alone, and there not being enough food, so that they were out trying to get food from neighbors. Can you tell me about that?
So you think my kids were home alone with no food and weren't safe?
That's what I'm here to assess, yes.
I am here to support you and making sure that you understand what the social worker is asking from you. And I work as a family support worker at the Health and Family Service for the Gwa'sala Nakwaxda'xw band. If you have any further questions, you can reach me there.
So, can you tell me what happened this weekend?
Well, I was out for the weekend, but my kids were home with my 11-year-old daughter.
And I notice you've got one of your children home right now. Is that her?
No. This is my other daughter. She's sick today.
Okay. So your other daughter's older than this one?
Yes.
How old is she?
She's 11.
Okay. And what was she supposed to be doing around providing food for the other children?
They were supposed to go to their grandma's house down the road.
Okay. Now, do you think that she, as an 11-year-old, would know what to do in an emergency, like a fire?
I hope so.
Babysitter should be at least 12 but older for overnight.
So it's always important to make sure that whoever you're getting to look after your kids has the ability to meet the needs of the kids. If it's a large number of kids or for a long period of time, you're going to want to pick somebody older than the minimum age of 12. I do need to take a look around your house while I'm here because the report was also about the lack of food. So I do need to look into your cupboards and to your fridge.
If you want me to, I could walk with a social worker to come and look in your fridge and your cupboards if you feel comfortable about that. I'm coming looking around in your home.
Okay.
So thanks for letting me take a look around. There's still a few little pieces of work I still need to do. I'll need to talk to the children's grandmother to talk to her about what her understanding of the arrangements for the weekend were. And I'll have to interview the children, so I'm going to make arrangements to do that this afternoon at their school.
Can I be there?
Actually, we don't allow parents to sit in on interviews, but your band does have a child welfare protocol with our office. If you're concerned about your child feeling upset about being interviewed by a social worker, then she's got a right to have a support person present. And the protocol allows for support people like Maggie, the family support worker, to sit in on those interviews.
I'd like for Maggie to be there.
Yes, I can be there.
Okay. Now, most investigations have to be done within about 30 days, but I don't think this one's going to take very long. As I said, I'll talk to the grandmother, I'll interview the children, and in a short little while I'll be able to make a decision about whether or not I think the children were in need of protection on the weekend. If I do find that they were in need of protection, then we'll probably have a conversation about what needs to be done to make sure that the children are not put at risk again. Do you have any questions for me?
It's a lot to take in right now. I can't think of any questions. Can I have your card with your information and your supervisor's information on it?
Absolutely.
So what you just watched was the beginning of a child protection investigation. But you probably have lots more questions. We'll try to answer some now, but if you have more questions, feel free to contact our staff at the Gwa'sala Nakwaxda'xw Health and Family Services.
Should I get a lawyer if I am being investigated?
If your children are found in need of protection and you're entering the court process, we do recommend that you get a lawyer.
Will I get my kids back sooner if I don't fight against the ministry in court?
If you consent to the ministry keeping your children in care, you are legally agreeing that they are in need of protection. If you believe that the ministry had no right to take your children, you should not consent.
What happens if my children are found in need of protection?
If your children are found to be in need of protection, the ministry will want to work with you to reduce whatever risk existed for your children. This could include referring you for family services, such as counseling or parenting, or requesting a supervision order, or asking for your children to be temporarily placed with family or friends. If the ministry believes that there's absolutely no other way to keep your children safe, they may consider a removal. If your children are removed, you become involved in the court system. Within 10 days of the removal, a presentation hearing is held. This is where the social worker presents a report to the judge explaining their actions in removing your child. The judge then sets a hearing date within 45 days of the presentation hearing. This new hearing is called a protection hearing. At that hearing, the judge will set a date for another hearing called a protection hearing within 45 days. This is the point at which you can bring a lawyer and argue as to whether or not the removal was justified.
Gwa'sala.
Thanks for watching.